Small balls? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna change it to that. What's my opinion on weapon only rules? Okay, I have two opinions on this, and they clash. So opinion one, hang on, let me make small balls here. We'll do this guy. I guess he looks so stupid. So on one hand, I say hitless is supposed to be fun, so let people run the game how they want to run it. It doesn't really matter. But on the other hand, it's like I can understand why people want these rules, and I think they make sense to have in some cases, and so it's like, yeah, we need to make rules that actually make sense for people and not just do whatever we want. But at the same time, like, it's just a game, just challenge running, it's just for fun, for most people at least. Some people I don't think enjoy it and they still do it, but it is supposed to be for fun. So just let people run the game how they want to run it. Which I think is where I mostly stand, because like it's just for fun, dude. It doesn't have to be all serious and stuff. If people want to use a goofy Ash of War on a weapon, why not? Okay, so I guess all hitless runners hate hitless running. Never mind. Nobody does it for fun. We're dying out here. Well, Frankie, it doesn't matter if you kill him or not. I know how to kill that boss, but if you kill him, you have to die anyway. So you can kill him or you cannot. It doesn't matter. I've killed him on enough runs that I don't really care to do it anymore. Yeah, that's the thing, Lemon, because it's like, yes, for Death's Poker all bosses, using consumables is allowed by Team Hitless rules, and it's very good, as you can see. Like, consumables in this game are really, really strong. So, yeah, sure, you're doing weapon only, and then you just use consumables the whole time. That's stupid. Like, just don't do that. But at the same time, it's funny, and it's not harming anyone. Like, just, it's not that serious, you know? So, I don't know, there's kind of two pools of thought for it, I guess. But yeah, then you have issues where it's like Ice Spear, or for Spear only, you can't use Ice Spear, which also is kind of sad. But then, I don't know, you could just take Dagger and do Stormblade on it and do Dagger no hit, and then you could take Scimitar and do Stormblade on it and do Scimitar no hit, and it's the exact same run. And then you could take Uchi and do Uchi no hit and put Stormblade on it, and it's the same run every single time. Like, there's nothing different about it. It's the same thing. So there's, like, I can understand why the rules are there, and I can see how they are helpful, but at the same time, just let people run how they want to run, you know? But the other thing is that verifiers have to verify these runs if they do get submitted, which is also cringe when people submit the same run 4 different times. Like, it's, that does happen. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, you can also just add consumables, no consumable damage to your run too if you want. Because that's the thing is, if you leave the rules fully open for people, then they can add their own restrictions that they want, which is the other kind of beneficial thing, you know? Yeah, that's also true. Like, I had the same problem on this run because I was like, well, Cragblade is just better than everything else, but I want to use Determination. And Determination is really good, but Cragblade is just better. It's the same pool of thought where this one thing is just better. Why would I use anything other than that? Because I kind of routed Shamshir any percent at some point, and I got like Blade Dance or something for that, and it's a really cool Ash of War. Cragblade's better. I would just use Cragblade every single time. It doesn't make sense to switch to Ash of War because it's just, some of them are just so much better in every situation you wouldn't switch it. hate the idea of light rolling. Well, in Elden Ring, light roll doesn't actually give you more frames, it just gives you more distance on your roll. So it's not really the frames, it's just the distance, and that distance a lot of times can come in handy. But a game like Dark Souls 2 has a completely different system where you can level up and get more iframes from leveling a certain stat, which personally I really like, because you can take that to any extreme you want. You could do very little and for little more damage or stamina, or you could do a lot more so you can have better rolls and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I don't care about the rolling system that much. As a hillless runner, I'm almost always using light roll, so it's just what I'm most adjusted to. And I can't kill this guy right now, so why am I even up here? Yeah, that's exactly my point, Lemon. Like, oh yeah, triple status, whatever build would be so much fun. This build would be so much fun. And then you try it, and it's like, oh yeah, this is really cool. And then something else is just better, something more meta. You're never gonna do an Iron Ball any percent with any Ash of War other than Cragblade. Same for like Starfist. If you do Serpent Hunter into Starfists, you're not gonna do a different Ash of War because it's just not as good. And yes, like, I do think the problem will be worse, because that's just kind of how challenge running goes. But at the same time, I would like to be able to do more runs with what I want to do. If that makes sense, like, I would want to do this specific run with this Ash of War or something, but I can also just run it and not submit it. I personally don't really care that much. I know some people do, but for me, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that's the other thing, women, is people do that. Like, I think there's only one example of someone doing it, and Azaz did Acts of Godfrey any percent, and he used consumables until he got to Godfrey, and then he used Godfrey on Elden Beast, and that was it. And it's like, that's kind of dumb. Like, I understand I think he was, okay, I don't know his reason for doing it, but in my head it's like, hey guys, this is kind of stupid that you can do this as a run and submit it, just by the way. But then the problem is, where do you draw the line? Because saying no consumables is not fun, you know? Yeah, it's a statement run, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's saying no consumables, I understand, but it's not as fun because you can definitely use consumables for like upkeeping poise, or maybe you try and distract an enemy and you accidentally hit them, or maybe you use holy pots in one instance to kill the death bird, sorry. But at the same time, people will abuse that and do a lot more, and then it's like, okay, your Uchi Katana any percent run, you use Uchi twice for Gambit, so why isn't it an Uchi run? I mean, that's really dramatic, but like, you see what I'm saying? So where do you draw the line? It's really hard to do, because we did try and draw the line at some point, and that was awful. It was so bad. So it's so annoying to figure it out. Yeah, it definitely is, Shaka. And it's even outside of abusing things, it's nice to use the most effective thing. And if Stormblade is the most effective thing in 50 different scenarios, why would you do something else? Like, it's just not as good, which feels bad to run. Like, even for this run, I think it would be better to go get Cragblade and just use it the whole time, instead of using Determination. But Determination is fun to use, which is why I'm using it. It's just not as good as Cragblade. I do switch back and forth, but still, the point still stands. And that's the other downside, is I think it's especially true for any percent, because there's not as many, like, you can really just use one Ash of War and get away with it. And that Ash of War could be the same every time, and it's going to be good because it's good in the any percent. But on an all bosses run, if you're using Starfist, you're gonna use Knight's Resolve in a lot of spots because it's better than Cragblade. There's like actually some variation to it of when you would want to use which things, and that's really cool. And that's why I like doing those big runs, because there's a lot of different ways you can do them, and other things are actually really viable in some situations. Whereas on an any percent, that's not really as true. Same for like all Great Runes. I think even on all Great Runes, you pretty much can get away with one Ash of War. Like, if you're doing Starfist, Knight's Resolve is probably really good. For, like, Lord of Blood mode probably doesn't matter if you have Shackle, but Malenia, Knight's Resolve is probably a little bit better. Renala, it's better. Red Wolf, it's probably better. It probably doesn't matter on Renala or Red Wolf, but in theory, Knight's Resolve is better, but you can just do Cragblade the whole time, you know? Yeah, Crag is also quicker. So it's definitely tricky to make the rules, and it kind of sucks. But personally, I've hit a point where I don't really care about the rules quite as much, and I do runs for fun, or people submit runs, and I do those, and it's just more of an enjoyable thing. Whereas some people do it to get runs, or to get worlds first, which is not as fun for me. So I personally don't really care what the rules are, because I can choose to just not submit it and be happy with that, but some people don't really do that. You're a loser, buddy. Nailed it, yeah, true.
To determine if you had it seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering play.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just honestly on the whole topic, I don't care. Either way, I don't care. I just verify runs by Team Hitless's rules. I do runs the way I want to do runs. So honestly, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care, but yeah, that's it. No but. I might have angled that kind of badly. Oh my god. Get off the cliff! You know what they say, third time's a charm. First try. I've also, I think recently, especially, I've started attempting runs a lot. I've started to enjoy it a lot less, and I just enjoy routing them so much more. Like, routing a run is really fun. Then you do a full run through, and you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. This is good. I like this. And then it's so easy to be like, okay, moving on. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it's just really, really easy to do that. Yeah, that cheese is really precise, gens. I don't really love it, but it is faster than Knight's Cav if you get it first try. Gives you a little bit more money, and it's right next to Beast Torch, so it just makes more sense. But yeah, it is really brutal. I've also started picking up this Rune 5 because I'm a psycho, but it's totally worth it. Nice Cav Grail DTS, yeah, you're fine. You're fine on money. I'm also tempted to do a little bit of Night Rain today. I want to try Enhanced Libra solo and see what it's like solo versus trios. And I want to keep trying to make this stupid Executor build work. I don't think it's going to, but I want to keep trying. The problem is when you use this Cursed Sword, you just don't really do damage because you're parrying. Like maybe if the parries did chip damage, like if that was a relic or something, it would be better. Because the biggest problems I had is the Cursed Sword katana. Like it's literally a katana. It doesn't have any status, which I think every katana in the base game has a status, so it's kind of strange that it doesn't. And the damage with it is not that great. It doesn't really scale quite as well as other weapons. So why would you use it if other weapons are just better? And it's a lot of times attacks will hit behind you or something, and you can't really block those. Like one of the best examples is Moose. So on his slam, you can block it, but sometimes you're technically, like he's hitting behind you, which causes issues. And then you just don't do damage when you're parrying, so it's just slower. It's a really fun build, it's just slower. Yeah, that's true, I guess, Dragon Scale, but if you're using Dragon Scale, you're definitely using the Ash of War. But yeah, that is true. Death Blight. Actually, Shaka, if Death Blight did something different in Night Rain like it did in Convergence, I agree. Like if it made them take more damage or they lose a chunk of their HP or something, I totally agree. They could have done something cool with that. Because like Deathblight is such a garbage status effect anyway. Like, what is the point of Deathblight? Nothing. It's useless. So, it would have been really cool if they did something with it in Night Rain. Like, making enemies get debuffed or take a chunk of damage. Or even both, honestly. Kind of like Madness, too. Madness is also pretty useless in base game. I guess it's okay in Night Rain because of Libra, but it's still not great. Those statuses I feel are mostly just for PvP, but even then I think in PvP they're not that good, so it's kind of a shame. I guess it's the same thing as Curse in Dark Souls 1 and 3, but you don't really... I don't know if there's weapons that actually do Curse damage, so... Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm supposed to go pick up these smithing stones, man. I keep forgetting. Just go ahead and do it now, I guess. Yeah, I never really messed around with PvP either. I did do PvP when I was doing Varia's quest for the first time because I didn't know you could kill Magnus. And what I did was I invaded people and I just used my fists. And sometimes they were fun with it and they also used their fists and we had this big fist fight that of course I lose because it's a 1v2. Or I just didn't and they used a weapon and I died. Meta, thank you so much for the raid. How's your stream? I saw you had a run get to Malekith. What's up, Drew? What's up, Wild Water Goddess? What's up, Meta? Yeah, it seems like you're getting pretty consistent with that run, which is crazy. That is crazy to think about, but yeah. Yeah, because you had a run get to Elden Beast the other day. I did, or I guess it was Tuesday. But yeah, I watched that one. That was a pretty unfortunate hit too. I think I could tell you were a little bit panicked just because you didn't have the right weapons in the right spots or something. But yeah, it was pretty sad. Water Goddess, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a tough run. I want to do it someday, but I want to do RL1 plus 0 into Master Run, I think, and use RL1 plus 0 as like practice. I haven't yet. I have too many other runs I want to work on. Too many runs, not enough time. Oh yeah, are you gonna do Master Run after? That would be really cool. That's a really tough run, but it's really cool. Shoki, thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Oh, AGR first, yeah, that makes sense. I just need to do a run where I do R1 plus 0 for practice so I can learn some of the bosses a little bit better. Because I'm pretty comfy with them for the most part, but like my Morgok could use work, my Fire Giant could use work. So it'd be nice to do that and just kind of refine the bosses. My fucking Godric, yeah. I don't know, something about Zweihander runs dying to Godric is a strat. Thanks for the good luck, Shulky. Yeah, maybe I'll do casual R1 plus 0 soon. Just because I have a lot of runs I want to work on that are kind of have some kind of sketchy strats. What's up, Sense? How's it going? Yeah, no worries, Meta. If anyone else needs to raid and run, I totally understand. No worries. Thank you for the raid. Hope you have a good day. So, actually, this is a funny story, Shoki. Sense was a mod in every chat I saw him in. And so when he was in my chat, I was like, well, he's a mod everywhere else. I guess he should be a mod here. I don't think he even does any modding duties. It's just that he's a mod everywhere, so everyone makes him a mod. He cheated the system. And that's all it was. No actual mod work, just cheating the system. When was the last time you did any modding work in my chat? He had the Infinity Stones of modding. Oh my gosh. That would be awesome. What do you mean I'm never streaming? Oh my god, this guy, dude. Also, since I hate to say this, but I'm kind of interested in learning Sekiro No Hit. So, you might need to teach me how to do that at some point if you're interested in that kind of thing. Otherwise, I'll just watch a video or something and figure it out. Wait, did you really like? That is so funny. Your chat has gotten worse. Oh my god, that's so messed up. Yeah, I'd be down. I just need to have a route in my mind, and then I can just practice the bosses and maybe get it. Potentially. Yeah, follow the Sense mod train, dude. Sense is modded in so many people's chat, he can't do his modding duties because he's modded too many chats, so you're falling short. Sekiro is easy. Are you sure about that, Shaka? I've heard a lot of sources say otherwise. Sense even told me that it's easy, but Sense also has like 15,000 hours in Sekiro, so of course he thinks it's easy, but I think his gaslighting is working, and it probably is easy. Yeah. What has been the hardest part about it so far, Shaka? Ori? What? That's so stupid, Max. Yo, Ori in the Blind Forest. My brother had me play that game. He really liked that game, and I played it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, this is the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. But I think I played like an off-brand version or something. I don't know. But yeah, it looks really fun from gameplay I have seen of it. Surely I'm not going to get shot in the leg here. If you don't know the game mechanics, well, brother, I play Elden Ring. I don't know the game mechanics. I think I think Elden Ring is probably the easiest, or maybe the second easiest, but I would say Demon Souls is probably easier with the like poison sorcery build or whatever, right? I don't know. I've been doing a little bit of Executor and Night Rain recently, so I think I got my parrying on lock now. Don't worry. That class is so dog shit, by the way. I really want to make a good build for him, but I just can't. But yeah, even then, I think like maybe DS2 is easier than Sekiro, but I only have DS2, not Sekiro. So, just kidding. Who knows? Yeah, dude, I have a build for Executor that I think is fun, and it's not that bad, but it's just that everything else you could do with that character and every single other character is better. Like, the way you play Executor is you just do triple status and upgrade your starter weapon and use it the whole time. That's all you do, and it's kind of lame. Because his ult is definitely, without a doubt, the worst ult out of all of them, and his skill can be decent early on, but it's just not that good. People that have 1,000+ hours, that's true, Shaka. That is 100% true. Yeah, exactly. Like, if all they had to do was give that sword status, and I think it would have been way better. Just give it status and make it scale better, because it doesn't scale very well either. Since you can't upgrade it, it should scale better. And it's really tragic, but oh well, I guess. They haven't changed it. Yeah, the movement lockdown is also pretty unfortunate. I think they just didn't want it to be too strong, and so they just nerfed it into the ground, and it's just bad. Because you can't use items, you can't... You do have, like, a roll that you get frames on, but it's not very good. Like, your little sidestep. You're really slow. And it's just not good. And the other problem is a lot of the times, there's, like, a lot of attacks that you can parry that kind of knock you backwards. So, when you're parrying, you're not doing damage, and when you get knocked backwards, you can't get R1s for damage, and you can't take criticals half the time because you're too slow. So I think if they just made a couple tweaks to it, it could be pretty good. I don't think it would be too OP, but it would definitely be in a better spot than it's in now, because right now it's useless. So yeah, just a couple tweaks and he could be really cool, but no. And it's really sad too, because I think he's the coolest looking class, personally. Like, he looks so cool. I think he's really fun, but he's just really bad. Yeah, I think he's much better in solo too, because you can kind of burn through the early game pretty quickly with triple status. But at the same time, I really like Iron Eye. He's also really fun. But I have played a lot of Wilder recently, and I really like Wilder. He's really fun. Raider's also pretty good, and I haven't really played any of the casting classes too much, so I can't really speak on them, but they all look like they'd be pretty fun. Now that I kind of know what to expect from them, I guess. What's up, Pelicans? Thanks for the follow, dude. Yeah, Wilder, you can kind of use anything. Like, you shouldn't, but you can use bows on him. You can use... Great bows are okay on him. Great swords, colossal weapons, curved great swords, like anything is pretty good on Wilder. He's just a good all-around character. Yeah, I'll get Howl. I'm gonna get it once I get Unseen Form though. Because I gaslight myself into thinking that'll help. I'll just go do it now, actually. Who cares? I don't know if Unseen Form actually helps or not, but I definitely... In my brain, it does. I have kind of started to hate getting Howl, too. Meta any percent or sword only? Probably, I should probably do sword only for being better for myself in the future, but any percent is, like, just meta any percent would be easier, right? Thanks for hanging out, Vex. Hope you enjoy the matches, dude. Yeah, that's true. Bows can definitely be really helpful sometimes. Vexter. I like that. Yeah, Lank, I just am impatient, dude. The timing usually works out pretty well there, and I didn't want to go get stealth, but I definitely should have. Sword only. Yeah, because I guess if you do the meta route, there's like a bunch of scripts you can do, right? With the firecrackers and stuff. Maybe not a bunch, but there's definitely some. And I guess Mortal Blade is the big one, right? Because that's not technically sword only. It's technically haha big extra bonus sword. It's a sword. True. I agree, Shaka. Makes sense to me. Okay, how long is the meta any percent route versus sword only any percent? How long is the route? If on average it's sub hour, I'll do it if I get hit. Otherwise, I can't take it. I need a shorter run. I need a 30-minute run. No deflect, no dash. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I can't even do deflecting and dashing. Because I guess, like, the thing is, DS3 was also... Mine was, like, a little over an hour, like, hour 15, maybe? And that wasn't too bad, but also you're actually doing something. Like, I haven't even been thinking about this run this whole time, because it's just... simple, easy, no-think setup. Probably sub-hour? Oh my god, that's kind of tempting, but... Dude, I have too many runs I have to do. I have like a million bajillion runs. To get an hour Shura meta? No hate. That's funny. Yeah, I remember seeing speedruns that were really fast, but I don't... Like, obviously speedruns are a little different than no hit. Oh, has he? Yeah. Sekiro is the goat of... Well, since is the Sekiro... Oh my... You know what I mean. I can't talk. I give up. Get your ass on it. Look, if I have Sekiro installed and I have more than 200 hours, I'll do it, okay? How about that? Does that sound fair? And if it's raining. It also has to be raining. Let me see, what am I doing? Dude, I have too many runs I want to do in Elden Ring, and I'm not getting them, which is the problem. Because if I would just get them faster, I would have more time for other runs. Because I even started Trilogy, and then I stopped. I beat you to a run. I can't, for Shaka's sake. Just in case. Although, to be fair, Shaka, I do just have more no-hit experience in general, which does actually play a big part for other games, so... Like, Gino, I started routing all bosses region locked plus DLC no-hit, and I started routing it before Gino, but he got it before me, just because he has a lot more hitless experience than me and stuff. "10 years. That's funny. That is good. I don't think I have 200 hours. I don't even think I have 100 hours. I just said 200 to be extra safe. I think I have like 90 something maybe. Because I think I have almost all the achievements. I think the only one I'm missing is get all of the arts or whatever, which is just farming more enemies, which I didn't want to do. Let me go check. Surely these guys aren't chasing me. Oh my gosh, yeah, leave me alone. I have it installed. I have 65 hours. But I have played Executor in Night Rain, so surely that counts for a little bit. That's like 100. No, it doesn't, because in Night Rain, you can just spam block like a fucking buffoon and it works. You can't do that in Sekiro. Oh, do I really have more hours on Rust? I mean, there's no way, dude. I hate playing Rust. No, it wasn't even raining to begin with, since that was part of the reason I said that. Dude, I'm not playing Rust. I haven't touched that game in probably over a decade, and I plan to keep it that way. Here, Sense, I'll make you a deal. Okay. I'll make you a deal. If I don't get this run right now, I will do Sekiro no hit any percent. If you do Elden Ring all great runes no hit. Deal? Because you haven't done that run, have you? Fuck. Okay. You have to do all bosses no hit. I know, Lank. I know I owe you that run, okay? But listen. Oh, wait. Never mind. Yes, Sense, not me. Sense is a scammer. But yeah, I also do owe you an All Great Runes Owen Killer run. But I also owe Painter this run, and he did it first, and then you recommended Dust Poker, and I was gonna do that next, and then the Omen Killer Cleaver run. But I can't even get the stupid Zweihander run because this sword is too dang big. Just like Nagakiba, man. Just like Nagakiba. Yeah, I'd end up doing Sekiro before DP. That's true. I'll look at that clip once I kill DTS. Oh, this is a problem. I didn't get the bow. Yeah, true. The top half of the sword doesn't actually have a hitbox. You just throw it through enemies. Oh, rip, Jens. Good luck at work, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, just the tree sentinel, I see. Yeah, usually those guys don't really attack if you aggro both of them. So I wasn't too worried about it, but I kind of turned around and he jump scared me. When you inevitably do Stranded, oh my god. Are you actually gonna do Stranded? No way License does Stranded. Really? Are you gonna do like Restricted or just like a Stranded run? Yeah, I have seen them hit sometimes. I notice it more often when you only aggro one. Like you go all the way up to the top and only aggro one of the tree sentinels, but yeah, when you aggro both, I haven't seen it quite as much. I think Stranded is starting RO1, right? I don't actually know the rules on that one, and I think there's only been like 1 or 2 submissions for it, and I have not verified either of those because I'm a slacker. But yeah, I think you start RO1, but you can still level up, right? I don't know. You should do Stranded RO1 plus 0, no shadow fragments, no status effects. That would be pretty sick. That's basically the same thing as sword only, so I mean we could just call it even there, you know. You do that, I'll do sword only. Call it a day. It seems fair to me. It seems fair to me. I do actually kind of wish that Sekiro, or that Night Rain, that the DLC had a similar system to Sekiro where you kill a boss and you get power from the boss instead of fragments. What does UDB stand for? Universal dick balls. That's all I'm thinking. Oh yeah, it's like all the ultra debuff stuff. I don't remember. It's like the bell and the charm, Kuro's charm or something like that. Universal dick balls for sure. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Oh, does it really actually just stand for ultra debuff? I guess Kuro's charm and the other stuff doesn't really fit in there, huh? AP1, yeah, cause yeah. Yeah, I heard that. I didn't actually know he got it. I don't remember if I heard he got it or not, but yeah, I heard he was working on that, which is insane. I can't even imagine being that good at Elden Ring. RL1 plus 0, no roll, no sprint, all bosses, all hit. Wait a minute. Hang on a second there. Guess I should also probably sell all this stuff too. Vakrosh board GG, rip. Hate to see it. Oh, you guys aren't doing randomized center squares for playoffs, are you? Was that an option y'all had, Lemon? Because that's what we did in the Crucible, and that was actually, like, peak. Peak gaming. Vetoed, really? I kind of want to do Elden Bingo, where like I don't know any of the squares and neither does my opponent, and we just see a board and we don't know what's going on and we just have to figure it out. I think that would be super, super fun. You think you could do Sekiro Bingo? That'd be kind of wild. Scrap start with a pretty early board. Oh, I see. Oh, have you played Sekiro Bingo before? I've never even heard of it, but it does sound like it'd be pretty fun. What's up, SpongeBob? Malekith Phase 1 is harder than Phase 2? I disagree, but I mean, everyone's kind of different and understands stuff differently, so either way is fine. Well, I think, okay, I think for hitless, yeah, Phase 2 Malekith is a lot easier, but Phase 2, I think fighting is harder. Neither phase is really that easy, I guess, but neither of them are really insanely difficult either. Bingo mean your first bingo game ever, 5-1 in 30 minutes. Oh my god. That is not what you like to hear. Oh, that's so funny. I'm a little surprised that R1 actually landed. Sacking all early game use Bloodhound thing. Yeah, hate to see it. Yeah, that's kind of what that's kind of what Turtle did, but not really. Turtle, they started with the Rotten Battle Hammer, but then they also tried to get early game scores, which doesn't really work. So Speed Torrent boss a kill. Blythe Red Wolf, Jesus. you probably want to get at least one of those. Yeah, it's Vakrosh versus Thomas, and then what's the other match that's happening today? Because there's a second one, right? Jib Dyrax? Is it Jib or Jibby? I think it's Jibby. Interesting. I'll have to pay attention to the results. Yibba. Whoa, 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 wait a minute there. Wait, are you serious? There's no fucking way. Yibby? That's wild, dude. I just know that there's a meme with the Baus where he says every J sound like Y. So I have friends who say Yarvin. It's like, that's so stupid. It's Jarvin, but I thought you were just memeing. I did not know it was actually Yibby. Jibe. That is not a name I would have thought of. That's so funny. Yibba. Okay, I'll try and say it properly, I guess. Jib. Kind of like Jib. There's a guy in my... I think he was in marching band, and his name was like Jep or something. Jeb? Jeb? It was something like that, I don't remember, but he was a really nice guy, but he was not very good at his instrument, whatever he played. Maybe he wasn't even in marching band, maybe he was just in a class I had. I just remember him, because he also had a sister, and they were like twins, maybe? They were like a year apart, I don't remember. It was something weird like that. Dying to Pumpkinhead, yikes. Let me check my Discord messages real quick. I just have a whole bunch of them. Okay, nothing important, probably. I also saw that screenshot you sent me, Lemon. That's hilarious. But honestly, I can't be too upset about Silas being disabled. I don't like Silas. I think that character's annoying. Oh, is it a video? Whoops. I only saw the clip, the like thumbnail. I was like, oh, okay. Whoops, that's so funny. My bad. Okay, so Sir Godric once more. If I get hit here, I'm gonna retire as an Elden Ring hitless runner and become a Sekiro hitless runner. With Sir Since's help, of course. That is not at all what was supposed to happen. Well, we take those. Sounds like it's an intense bingo match right now. But of course, anything can happen at Red Wolf. Red Wolf is probably like the least practiced boss in bingo, and it should be practiced more often. Just because he can be tricky with the glint blades and stuff. Hey, playing slow doesn't mean playing badly, okay? I played some of my playoff matches really slowly, but it still worked out for me. Frost doesn't downscale multiplayer? Interesting, I did not know that. I don't really play multiplayer, but interesting. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I've probably done that before where you're like, oh, I have a lead in this region. Let me play this around that fact that I have a lead, and then you play badly. I don't know, man. I know I won the Crucible, but I'm not that good at bingo. I'm just really good at this game. And I knew basically every center square, and other people just didn't, so... Play very good people. Yeah, I think you and Vex are probably better than most people that played in the Crucible last season. So, and I think most of the other people in the Rookie Rumble are probably as good as a lot of the Crucible players, if not better than some of them. So, I think that's just part of how video games work in general. The skill level starts very slow and then it continues to increase and increase. Which is kind of how games work in general, you know? It's just what happens. Oops. Oh, I also need to make it daytime too. Otherwise I'm gonna get cooked by a death bird. I remember that one match I got Omen Killer with incants only, which is like the longest incant fight ever. But it works somehow. That was like the worst play I could have made on that board, and I made it. But it somehow paid off for me. Buckrush dies. You hate to see it. I kind of like fighting Omen Killer, but I just need to figure out how to dodge his fire a bit better, because that's the main issue I have. And I think part of that issue comes from the fact that when you fight that one in particular for Bingo, you just have such a small space there to work with. Whereas I think the one in the Omen Killer Miranda is a lot better. I think that'll be relatively easy for getting Omen Killer Cleaver. I still don't know if I'm going to do 1 or 2 cleavers, but I think I might just stick with 1. Depends on what Lank wants, but I think he said he didn't care. So we'll see, I guess. Yeah, what is... you said Vakash has Bloodhound Fang. What is Thomas using? Oh, broadsword, I see. Interesting. That's, not so good. Oh, yeah, you can do that with Omen Killer Cleaver, or with Broadsword, can't you? I guess most straight swords you can, I think. He can technically jump out of it, but it's not guaranteed either way. Died before swinging. You hate to see that one. Yikes. Dude, it's just an Omen Killer, bro. Omen Killer 3. Rookie 04. Yeah, that's not what you want to hear. Dude, if that hit whiffed, I was probably dead there, actually. We take those. Nice. Oh, nice. He's had to kill every other enemy first. That's funny. No, Radon can see you. Oh, that... He just... It makes him... When you do that, it makes him despawn. And so when you walk back into range, he's not shooting at you anymore. It's not that he can't see you, just... a little different. They both skipped larval tears. That's awesome. What a match. Radon rides a normal sized horse. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Technically his horse is like actually a lot bigger than the player's horse, but it's still just so small in comparison to him. I'm gonna do Gillica first. I don't know if I said that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get Ritual Sword. Because I'm gonna use Determination here, and then I'm just gonna swap to Cragblade up until Malekith, I guess. Howl, it does, I think it's like 30% more damage. It's like 25 or 30% more damage to all damage types, but you also take more damage as well. It's not 50% damage. I think it's like 30 to 40. I can't remember the exact numbers. There's too many numbers to remember. $32 is not correct either. It's like a 5 or 0. You're just saying random shit. I think it's like 30%, but I don't remember. I just know that it's more than Flame Grammy strength. And I don't think it's as much as a Blood Boil. Blood Boil gives you a lot of other stuff though, so there's also pros to that as well. That was really close. Yeah, Golden Vow is like 12.5 or something on the Ash of War. And then it's a bit more on the incantation. I don't remember how much more though. It's like 15% or something. Maybe it's like 11.5. Yeah, 11.5. Yeah, Ash of War. Howl, okay. You can double check me. I don't think Howl's 32. This fucking guy. My Charger 2 hit his leg, not his ankle. You hate to see the strat go to fail. I'm surprised his stomp didn't hit me there also. Yes, ER tool has the aggro range. 71.923, surely. It's not 32, it's 25, but it could be. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Saintsbridge had Alabaster? Dang, dude. It's a crazy pickup. Surely he knows to do charged R2s and tap R2s with Alabaster and not R1s, right? Otherwise he loses, jeez. Well, honestly, this is probably not game deciding. I don't know what the board looks like or anything, of course, but surely it's not game deciding because there are so many mistakes that happen. There's so many chances to catch back up. Run at FSB off rip and kill it. He said yes. He was lying. There's no way. FSB, like, FSB is not a super simple fight, you know? It's kind of tricky. Especially in that tiny arena with some of those attacks. He got lost. You hate to see that. You really do. That's hilarious. That is actually so funny because that's a pretty straightforward tunnel compared to a lot of the other ones in the game, you know? What's up, Scamp? Thanks for the good luck, dude. We'll see. Morgoth's probably the hardest boss in this run, but even then I still have Orlu and Malekith and Fire Giant, so we'll see. Just to skip went the normal way and almost died. Oh, I see. That's something. That's probably one of the only skips in the game that I know of that I've never done. I've definitely tried it some, but I don't think I've actually ever fully done it. I just never committed to it. Knockron skip is the one to the Finger Slayer, right? I think I did that before. I don't, but I have. Because Witty and I were doing a bingo match at some point, and that was the last square, and he was like, you go for it, and I'll go for it with the skip, and we'll see who's faster. And he was a little bit faster, just by a couple seconds, but I was way ahead, and he did a couple of other things too. And that's when he showed me about it. Castlemore tree skip, yeah, I haven't done that one, I guess, but that's a bad skip, okay? It's not the same thing. You'd go down to the lady's hands? Oh, I don't actually think I know about that one, like, that sounds crazy, dude. What? Very useful in Nightmare Seed? Yeah, surely I'll finish Nightmare Seed one day. That was nerve-wracking. I really don't like Golden Godfrey with big weapons like that. Feels rather uncomfortable. Lost FSB because of the skip. Yeah, hate to see it. Yeah, I've never actually seen that skip length. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it's just poor decisions like that in the bingo typically that costs you. It's like, well, really shouldn't be doing that, but sure, I guess. Maybe I should have gotten some dex for Morgoth, or some endurance, I mean. We'll use Falfoot for good luck. Alright, this is the fight that decides it. Do we continue on or not? A fight I need to practice more, but I continue to not. Can we do it? We'll see. I panicked. We could have done it. I think we still get a stagger. Just kidding. Dude, that would have been so bad. Holy. If he got that attack off, that would have been so bad. On par with bird skip, yikes. What's up, One Punch guy? Giant dad would be proud, true. Alright, Link, let me take a peek at this. See if it's as cool as you say it is.
Old friend, allow me a moment to converse with you. You were unable to enter the Erd Tree. No? Prevented by the man.
Yo, what is this?
The thorns are impenetrable. A husk of the Erd Tree's being.
Yo, this lady is huge. I'm really surprised they didn't actually do anything to interact with it.
For the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord is to pass the
That's
thorns.
crazy.
My purpose.
Holy
serve to
shit.
aid in that very act.
That's pretty cool.
I'd like to the flame.
Yeah, first jump looked a bit tricky. But yeah. That's cool, man. That's really cool. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just chilling. I really hope we can get this run today, but we'll see. I might not do more attempts because I don't really enjoy attempting runs like this over and over and over again. Yeah, on Morgoth there, I totally could have done a charged R2 on the sword rain and he would have staggered, I'm pretty sure, but better safe than sorry, I think. Because that's exactly how I lost my last run, is I did a charged R2 and got hit for it. So yeah, probably better to just be on the safe side there. Now the nerves set in. Morgoth is like my nemesis for any percent now because I can't. I'm still having a little bit of trouble with the boss sometimes, but I'm getting a lot better at him. And if I get past him, it's like, okay, now we're on a good run. And so it's just like a little bit scary, especially after the fight. Especially because I still have like Radagon at the end anyway, and I have to make sure I hit that attack on Elden Beast and not whiff it for the billionth time. Although if I whiff that hit, I'm just gonna pwn out, I think. Unless he does good RNG and like swims and comes back or something. Not useful at all. I've also been tempted to do the thing that Gino does where you just start with a bunch of graces unlocked. I kind of like that for doing any percentage, just because it really speeds up things when you don't have to run through all the sections over and over. Because that's part of the part that's so boring, right? Like, I wouldn't mind maybe starting with some of the 2v2 graces or something. I don't know, I'd have to look and see which graces I like for that, and which ones would make the most sense. I think some of the 2v2 graces would be pretty good, but I just need to take a look and see. Just for any percents though, I think for all bosses I'd probably still do like fresh start, full setup, stuff like that. Maybe all great runes too, depending on what those feel like, I guess. Because setup really does get super old after just a little while. Oh, like, that'd be sick, dude. Do you know how to make it so that you can just start with those graces unlocked already? Like, is there a way to do that? So that I wouldn't have to unlock them every time? Oh, okay. I guess it would have to be like a mod or something, probably, right? Possible, but yes, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, definitely starting with maps is a big one, which ER tool already does that for you, which is pretty nice. But yeah, that's a big one. That's a big, helpful change. I might ask Sai to make a mod for me for hitless stuff in that case. Well, I guess, yeah, you don't start with the maps, but you have to give yourself the maps. But yeah, you can do that with the ER tool at least. Multiple graces at once? Oh, yeah, that would actually be sick, dude. That would be so cool. Yeah, then you could just have like a preset of what you want for hitless, and then ding, you're done. And then you can do your hitless run. That would be awesome. I mean, if it's like too much work for you, don't worry about it, but yeah, that would be pretty cool. Because I'm kind of hitting the point where I'm not really worried about submitting all my hitless runs. I don't think I submitted my Uchi run. I don't know if I'm going to submit this one. We'll see. I'm kind of just getting lazy with it. And it also helps the verified buyer team too, I guess. But yeah, in that case, it would be a lot easier because then I wouldn't have to worry about that at all. As long as you enjoy it. Yeah, it's just some simple C# coding, of course. That's what it's called, right? C# coding? I'm pretty sure I've heard of that before. Basically Java, nice. There, my brother is he also does a lot of coding, and my uncle too. And we were on a trip recently. They were talking about it and stuff like that. Java from Microsoft. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I also took a weird path here so I could get some extra 7s, so I could get plus 20, I think, for Fire Giant. Plus 21, whatever it was. Which I don't normally take this path, but it felt kind of necessary here. Or, I guess not necessary, but optimal. Even though it is a little slower, technically. I don't wonder if there's some other 7s you could grab for a hitless any percent just to get a slightly higher weapon boost, but the only ones I can really think of are in the sewers. Which, to be fair, are pretty solid, because I already get Avenue Balcony. And then I wouldn't have to get the extra one underneath the Colossal Hand. Broken Statue? I don't actually know. I want to say... I think it is at least 1/7, but I really don't know. I routed that for Arbalest, but I don't remember which stones it was. Because I guess you could just... like, bait the golem over there, right? And then have him break it? I don't know if that's faster, maybe. 3 7s? Oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess that's a choice I could think about. I don't know if sewers are faster or if the golem would be faster. Or if that's even faster, I really don't know. Or you could just skip all of those, but I kind of don't mind getting a slightly higher weapon for Malekith, or for Fire Giant, I mean. It's kind of convenient. Oh, big golden rune 5, let's go. Worth. Okay, as long as we get past Fire Giant, we can at least make it to Malekith. If we at least make it to Malekith, we can at least make it to Hoarah. And if we make it to Hoarah, we're almost done. And we just have to kill Radagon and Elden Beast without getting hit. And then we win. The grand prize of nothing. It's really just that easy. That's how runs work. Yeah, I have to make sure I hit Fire Giant's leg weak spot. Otherwise, it's cooked. And I'm gonna cry. Because, yeah, Godskin Duo is free, and so is Gideon. So as long as I make it to those other thresholds I said, we're surely gonna be doing just fine.
Those that have a chalified and well.
I think I might go ahead and get light roll now, too. I don't know when I usually get the endurance, but it's only 4 levels. But I also kind of want... I'll get it after Duo, maybe, for Malekith. Surely that's a better idea. Okay, you know what, actually? I'm gonna go sell 2k so that if I do end up Memory of Gracing, it's not expensive. So I can squeeze out one more level here. Need 22,181.
I didn't. I'll be doing much. Just lay out.
And sell Storm Stomp. It's gonna be kind of close. Okay, there we go. Hello, Larval Tier imported before he got it. Classic, dude. You hate to see it. Surely he won't miss Mark. Accidentally bought something 3 times on your PlayStation. Love to hear it. Died before swinging. Yikes. How long have they been playing, dude? Surely not that long, right? Okay, never mind. 45 minutes is pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it sounds like Vakrosh is kind of ahead. Light work, dude, let's go. That's exactly how that's supposed to go. Also, if anyone is gonna put me on pace, don't do it until, like, Poraloo, maybe. I don't know. Don't do it until after Malekith, at least. Por favor. 3 hours ago? What? I haven't even been in this run for 3 hours. What? Put me in on pace when I was still practicing for the run. Doing practice, lost a run, and I was still in on pace that whole time. Thanks, appreciate it. Oh man. On pace. Belvering Hunter, DTS, Market Contract, everything. So On Pace is a text channel in the Team Hillis Discord, and you just put people who are on pace for a run, so that if people want to go watch, they can. Some people don't really like being put in on pace. It adds nerves, which it definitely adds nerves for me too, but it's fun. Yeah, exactly. The spotlight definitely can be a bit nerve-wracking. I already get pretty nervous for runs, though. I really need to not get nervous because I know these bosses. I can fight them. I know what I'm doing, but it's still very easy to just get nervous and panic and throw a run or whatever. Happens more than you'd think. Weapon run, but you don't know what weapon. You could do like a... Do not do Arbalest. You could do like a class of weapons, like great swords or colossal weapons or something. Then you don't really have to narrow it down to a weapon, just a type of weapon, which might help. Weirdest Celia skip. Yeah, Arbalest is not very good, but yeah, Large Club is pretty cool. Torches aren't that bad, actually. Yeah, I have a Discord link. If you do !point Discord, it should show up. Oh yeah, I forgot I put a toxic command, of course. Oh yeah, wooden weapons would be kind of cool. Club, large club, great club. I guess even like spears have wood on them. That'd be cool. What's up, Nova? Thanks for the good luck. How's it going? Yeah, I meta rated earlier, so it's a bit of a fiasco, you could say. Spiky club, true. Alright, drive safe, Nova. Guess I should probably take this off because I have Blue Dancer now. Dang. Almost a one cycle, dude. If I crouch R1'd noble, would have been enough. Actually, I think. If I crouch R1 then riposted. That's crazy to think about. Good try, buddy. Someone requested I make the guy's name Big Balls, and then we lost that run, and then someone else said Small Balls, so I'm a guy now. We're evolving. Heroes Grave 3 death roots? Sounds... I guess it would work. But that takes some really niche knowledge that I don't think people have. Yeah, there's some cool weapons. I mean, I would probably recommend branching out and trying different weapons in Elden Ring. But if you want to cosplay as one enemy, like, go for it. It's pretty fun. Died to a geyser on the way to Prelate. You hate to see it. Dude, those geysers do, like, kind of a lot of damage, and people don't really know that. Like, they really do a good chunk of damage.
Lay out your arm.
Yeah, I think part of it, Lemon, is maybe just nerves. Like, they haven't been in playoffs before, so this is their first time, so they're nervous. I'm not gonna have enough for light load, am I? That's suboptimal, but oh well. So yeah, I think that's probably part of it, but I don't know. I'm just gonna wait here, actually. Yeah, I think Vakarsh has played in events too, but I don't know. Maybe he's more nervous because he's not as familiar with bingo. I don't know. Throwing. Throwing would be crazy in playoffs. I mean, I guess it's double elimination, but still. Lightning ram for fun. Yeah, that's my favorite square actually. It's super fun. Excuse me. Wow, really, dude? One level short for my endurance. Okay, I'm gonna be a bitch about this and I'm gonna go sell stuff because I'm pretty sure it's 14 endurance for light load, so I'm just gonna do it. Stalling. Stalling, 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 stalling. Gotta do it.
Oh no.
How much I need like 5k. Can I actually get this, you think? 31,780. That's kind of a lot. Dude, no way. Oh my god. Oh yeah, true. Stormhill Shack Graveyard. Well, there's some enemies there, right? What other graveyard is like kind of free? Stormhill Shack isn't that bad, right? Knight's Cap cheese? Oh my god. I guess I could. I'm not gonna do it, but I could. No, no, no. Too risky. I'll go get Stormhill Everjail. Or Stormhill Everjail. If I get hit here, Link, I will probably cry, so don't worry. I don't think there's any wolves here, but just in case. Because I think there's some explodey ones, right? But there's not like actually enemies. Brother. $25K. Where is that one? I don't actually think I know about that one. Yeah, try to get a play Sekiro after. So. Oh, the Beastman room? Surely that's enough. I think I said 31, yeah, so. Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, maybe I should grab that one. That's not light load. It's because my seal weighs 1.5. Okay. We go get the zero seal. I am trolling so hard, dude. I got the plus zeros, or the zero weight seal in my routing. And then I was like, well, I don't really need to get this. But that 1.5 actually makes a difference, because 14 weight was the one that put me past. Into light load. Oh my god, this. I'm gonna do all this and get hit by Malekith. Like, immediately into the fight. Oh my god, this fucking sucks. Finger seal. Finger seal weighs too much. Nerf, please, FromSoft. Killed Bernie for fun. He's just getting his Assassin's Gambit. That's all he's doing. Boom. See? Okay, light load. Okay. We're fine. We're chill. Everything's fine. Nobody worry. Nobody panic. Everybody's calm. Everybody's chill. All right, here we go. I don't need to take off the dagger. I guess I can.
Destined death. I will not have it stolen
Nice. GG's. Okay, now just simply have to do Horaloo and Radagon, and then we get the run, and it's easy, and we don't have to stress anymore, because I hate being stressed. Why do I do hitless runs? This is just too stressful, man. It's so much fun to route the run, and then you get to do a full run with no pressure, because you're not going to get it, and then you have to do attempts after that and actually try for the run, and that's just too much. Can't take that. Can't take that kind of pressure. Go back to Bloodborne. Malekith's pretty cool. I do like Malekith, but when you're this far in a run, that fight's kind of stressful. Because when you get hit, you lose... Like, I mean, I did kind of waste a little bit of time going and getting runes and stuff, but that's almost 2 hours of time loss, right? That you have to go back and do, and half of that is just actually mindless setup you don't even have to think about, which super sucks. What is going on in this game, dude? What the heck? What's up, Kelp? Thanks for the good luck. Okay. Surely Horaloo will play nicely.
to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend you, but alas, none shall survive. No, in my bones.
What's up, Soul Slayer? Thanks for the good luck. What's up, Wild Water Goddess? Thanks for the good luck as well. I guess this means Link put in the on pace, which means more stress.
Cannot kill a god.
Yeah, 3 hours ago, of course. What's up, Dastardly Panda? Yeah, Gideon's a nerd. Thanks for the good luck, though. Okay, so I kind of wish I had thought a little bit more about a horror loose strat because my strat before was kind of just whack him really hard, and that's just kind of been working. All been lurking? Of course, that's what happened. Listen. Like, if I go into Team Hitless and I see that you put on base, you and I are gonna have some beef, okay, buddy? Focus on your run, true. Lock the fuck in, dude. I should have used Cragblade there. But I think this means it's a guaranteed stun here, right? Don't trust the scream. Why did I punish that? That was insane. Easy. I knew it was fast enough. I'm just trying to bait chat, that's all. Surely I was aware that was fast enough. Shut up, like, don't spoil my secrets, dude. Welcome back, Sense. Seen you've been fucking slacking on your mod duties, buckaroo. I see right through you. Yeah, don't whiff. If I whiff, I bone out. Oh, beautiful RNG. Insane. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, thank God, dude. Thank fucking God. GG's, dude. Yes, sir. Whew, that was pretty concerning, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, dude, yeah. All right, Painter. I hope Painter's here, dude, but he's the one who requested this run. GG's, man.